It's the beard.
All right, we're live.
It's
How
always
we
the beard.
doing, everyone?
Why isn't my picture there?
Welcome to another session of the Dark Thorns, the Night Thorns, the Dark Hedges. We'll go straight into a recap of last week's session, starting with Lanavar.
Oh, thank you. Well, last week was a kind of a preparatory. Let's travel and save the Black Abbey. We had a bit of a nice role play, a bit of a nice interaction with each other, but there was a little bit of faff once we actually got to the place itself, because we realized when looking down upon the whole Black Abbey that outside there was. I'm gonna skip the part about the orcs because I'm gonna leave that to Estrella. There was an orc encampment outside. Lots and lots of zombies outside the walls, between the orc encampment and the walls. And inside there was a lot of, well, suspicious movement. And we saw a very scary gestalt inside that has, I don't know, demigod status of some kind. So that was scary stuff. I'm gonna hand it over to Estrella because you had the keys to the halfway story here with the orcs that are being counted along the way.
Yeah, so Adamir and Estrella were the scouts for the party. Estrella proving that she has experience leading big troops, finding the shortest way possible. And then we spotted some orc scouts and went back to the party to decide should we fight them or should we use diplomacy. And we decided to go a peaceful way. 6 people went up to meet with the orcs, and actually the orcs didn't want to fight as well. They were a scouting party, and they had realized that there was something strange with their leaders that were not acting like orcs at all. And they warned us of the dangers ahead. Estrella, being the one to know the language, tried to, be the diplomat between our party and the army and the orcs. And when she said, hey, we want to offer you a mercenary contract so you don't have to go back to your lands where you fled from because of cursed forces, she had planned to have them as mercenaries for the knights. But they ended up being her mercenary band. So she is now a war leader of a band of orcs that joined us. Apparently, their abilities fit Estrella quite nicely with scouting and sneaking and assassination. Hopefully, they will be helpful in the battle ahead. We reached the Abbey. And apparently, we were spotted already because while we tried to come up with a plan to break the encirclement from the undead, they were organized in a battle formation meant to counter cavalry. Let's go on with the second scout, Adamir.
Yeah, you pretty much said it all. They put them into formations. I think a couple fireballs will just destroy them. Yeah, let's go with the Odie.
Yeah, we did a lot of chatting last stream. Got everything set up and ready for today's battle that presumably is going to happen. My orcish henchman brought me a heart and a mug of blood that I consumed because that's a great way to start your day. Great breakfast. He flirted a bit with Zara, which was amusing because he was like, "Here, I know you don't like meat. Have some of this bloody pelt for our love." So that kind of went well for him. And then we were all talking about how Iodi needed to stand by himself on a hill and fireball everything to death. And I'll pass it to Zara.
Yeah, one thing I don't think was mentioned is inside the walls there's a mysterious giant who Zara can only identify as a shard of Ixtab, um, looming over the castle that we're trying to save from the besieging army. So we aren't actually sure if we're winning or have time to actually save someone. So we might be sandwiching ourselves between two opposing enemy forces and having ourselves a great time. Uh, Leading the charge is gonna be Magnus. So why don't you give us your opinion?
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Trying to make our way through the past that lot without being noticed. Yeah. Along the way, the Magnus shared some of the dwarves' snuff, which was a powerful new experience for him. We found out a bit about how the dwarves clans work, and found out that one of them is Cal's second cousin, which gave them a motivation to break the siege of the abbey, and so the monks could raise her. Yeah, not much more to add. I'll hand it over to our fearless leader, Marisol.
Yeah, so I still pretend to be the leader, and people are still believing me. I love this. Um, we had ourselves a great time last time, and it looks like we are gonna have a even more interesting time now, breaking a siege. Uh, Neither I nor Marisol knows anything about this, so good luck with that, Mador.
Oh, you've about covered everything. Again, we did find out about the dwarfs being cousins to Cal, and that his uncle is the one that made the clan dagger that I'm carrying right now. Um, Maybe Marisol should show the battle axe. But yeah, we're getting ready to try to have the knights take the brunt, and we try to sneak in. We hope. Otherwise, I think everything else has been covered. I guess it's back to you, Shago.
Right. So we ended up on you all discussing what's it called? Battle strategy. With the regiments of zombies actually stacking up, going walk or forming up into squares down on that on the plain there, and moving towards now the orcs. And you can also see that there's some earthworks and other things that have been dug outside of the abbey that these zombies are looking like they're going to be manning while the orcs are or charging over towards them. Um, Roland still looks over to Marisol. Madame, what how do you suggest we use your band of mercenaries most efficiently?
If we're gonna have someone take a look inside the abbey and see what's actually going on behind the walls, then that's where I think we could be most valuable.
Very well. Would you like to try to get into any sort of position before we launch the charge and see if we can pull the zombies up towards our prepared positions on the road here?
Does any of your men have more knowledge about the local area than we have? We've only just traveled to and fro.
I'm afraid to say I've only been to the Black Abbey 2 or 3 times and never really looked at it as some sort of castle or in a military way. I know the walls are thick and tall. There's a small area behind the castle, between the castle and the rock wall of the mountain, where you could get try to scale the walls without being seen. However, getting down there, I do not know how you would plan to do it.
Maybe Ebert knows a way. I mean, he is part of the monastery here.
Good
Indeed.
thinking.
Was about to say the same thing. Ebert, front and center.
Sensei Preacher.
Yes. Easiest ways in and out of the monastery. Preferably unknown, but also the fastest, if you can tell us.
The monastery, it's set up to defend against the forces of evil should they try to lay siege to it. There is a not quite hidden, but there is a path that should be easily climbable behind the monastery, used by younger initiates when they want to get up to any points towards a frozen over pond, maybe 300 meters from you, to the fishing pond. But don't want to be seen doing it with this fog. And if you have any means of further obfuscating us, I believe we should be able to sneak down without significant trouble. Well, for you and me, an easy climb. I do not know for the rest of your band if it would be as easy, but you do not have to be an experienced climber to get down.
Well, I can provide some climbing equipment, and I also have a nice horn that can create fog. But if I blow it, of course, it will be heard.
Well, one horn. As long as we do that after the attack has begun, then nobody will notice one extra horn.
Let's hope so.
I can also see through any natural weather without a hinderment.
Well, I mean, it's a magical item. I'm not sure if that counts as natural.
It's still fog.
And those of us who are the weakest climbers could possibly get help from some of the more strong ones. And we do have this. I pulled my broom of flying out of a sleeve because it looks cool.
We also have climbing ropes.
We do.
Preacher and myself could probably fairly easily scale the wall and then hoist anyone who can't make the climb up.
Sounds good.
We could get up that way, I think.
Yep.
Does anyone have any objections?
Roland looks at you and, well, we could coordinate so that we blow the horn when you wish it to be blown.
That's an excellent idea. Then
They will
your
not
attack
have,
horns will stop ours from being heard.
They will not have the opportunity to. In this valley, I believe the horns they will be difficult to place exactly where they are coming from. It is at least currently it's the best option that I see. If you can cut the head of this army of the undead, then we shall lay the zombies to peace and see if we can come to some sort of accord with these orcs.
That sounds like the plan.
I suspect that the head of the undead is outside the walls.
You believe so? What would we be looking for?
Oh, normal ruler of the undead things. Black robes, big hats.
Right.
But I suspect that we have opposing interests here, and we just happen to be trying to rescue our companions from between. Because if you remember, when we got here, the zombies were still attempting to breach the abbey. even though the shard of Ixtab was inside. I think the shard is attempting to protect something she wants from whoever is attacking.
So you believe that the undead outside of the abbey are not allied to the undead inside of the abbey?
I don't know much about Ixtab, but we do know that she was supplanted by Soth. And she spits on the ground when she says his name. Could be likely that Soth and Ixtab are having a squabble over who gets to be the most foul.
Lord Soth had the military training to form his people into an organized band, so they would more logically be the ones on the outside, would they not?
That makes sense to me. He looks back at at the six knights standing, listening to what you're saying. Like, so any spellcasters we see will be the main target.
There's the dwarf on the outside, the lady dwarf that's been giving commands to the undead.
That's probably our necromancer.
Or a henchman.
Either way, someone who's knowledgeable and gives commands, so has to go.
As long as these are the stupid undeads they seem to be, then yeah, definitely go after anyone that can give a command.
Remember, we also got the people inside the abbey that are trying to act natural, but not natural.
That's who we are gonna take a closer look at.
Just don't hesitate when you see someone you know. You hesitate, you're probably dead.
I'm no soldier, but we'll have to try to push that aside.
So, we doing this?
Did we have any choice? We're hired to.
Yeah, I'm saying like right now. Let's go.
Okay, so you're planning on your plan of attack currently is to climb down the road hidden and you're under the fog of Strella's Horn.
Yeah, and blow that as they blow the charge so that we're hopefully not discovered straight away.
Very well. In that case, I'm gonna need a DC 5 athletics from anybody climbing.
I automatically succeed.
Very well. Sarah easily repels down. Oh, Marisol, however.
I got plus 12, but I rolled a 1.
You could have rolled anything but a 1 to succeed.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see, that is about 100 feet down, so Marisol slips.
I'm gonna feather fall her with my reaction.
As I'm feather falling, I'm gonna just pull out the broom and fly instead.
Well, you are feather falling now, so.
You said it's athletics?
Yes, sir.
So as I'm falling slowly down, I'm just gonna grab my broom and fly up.
Okay, where are you planning on landing?
I'm just gonna wait until the others are over and land between them.
Okay. Let's see, who have I not gotten? Has Preacher rolled his athletics yet?
Yeah, I was supposed to, but interesting, it didn't go through.
Huh, it does that sometime. Seems like Fancy Ground's got some sort of built-in dice fall onto the floor thing going. Yeah, so you all get down easily enough. Let's see if this map pack actually has line of sight or not. If it doesn't, well, we're just gonna have to use our imaginations to not know what we can see. We're about to find out. Not all of these map packs have line of sight enabled for some inexplicable reason.
I can see everything.
Yep, that's what I was afraid of. Well, how annoying. Not much to do about that. That just tells me that this map pack, I need to have shit invisible until you walk onto it. Okay, well, you find yourselves standing at the looking at the abbey wall. It is smooth as a baby's bottom and about 30 feet tall.
Hmm. Well,
If we connect two ropes together, that
we
should
can
work.
certainly. Yes, indeed. You want to try running jump boost up, or you want to try and climbing it from the start?
She points to Marcel. We have someone who can fly.
Hi.
You could also throw me up there.
Well, I'm pretty confident I could land that as well, but why risk injury when we have someone flying?
If you come with me, Ed, we have more people to help the others.
All right, preacher,
Should-
give me a boost.
Yep. I hand you a climbing rope with a hook on it.
I have a climbing kit. Yeah.
Question: if you use that climbing kit, that involves hammering pitons into
Yeah,
walls
but
and that sort of
I'm
thing.
only using the rope from that.
Okay, just asking.
The
No,
rope
I'm
hook.
yeah.
Yodi seems to have something he wants to say.
Yodi looks at that wall, and then he looks down, and he looks up at the wall, and he shakes his head and he goes, Yodi cannot climb this.
I will help you.
Yodi, you can take the broom, and then I can climb.
Yodi hasn't had practice flying the broom.
Yodi can
You
ride the
can do
broom
it.
with Marisol. Yodi cannot fly either. My wings are not big enough.
No, but this thing will hold both of us. You are, after all, you are not the biggest dragon yet.
While they are talking, Estrella is connecting a few ropes together, so it will be long enough to reach the ground.
Excellent.
Have you got enough rope there, Estrella?
I think we have. I mean, my rope, then we have climbing rope over there. Yeah, should be.
That's
Let's-
fine. I've got a spare coil in my pack.
I
Yeah,
do have another issue. My wolf can't climb a rope.
Fine, I'll carry the wolf then.
Now lift me up here, preacher. Let's
Oh.
get going.
Yes.
I take Yodi in front of me on the broom and fly up next to Estrella.
Oof.
Okay.
Zara's gonna step in and also help Preacher get Estrella up the wall.
Yeah, and I, thanks to my new items, have an additional bonus for jumping, which is if I have a look at my boots. Where are they? Come on. My boots of bounding give me a +2 item bonus. Oh no, that's for athletic of to jump. I wrote the wrong one. Athletics. With an additional 2 is a 24, and I can high jump 3 feet higher.
Okay. Well, and that will get you up the first 10 feet of the wall.
Well, I'm getting a boost from Peacher.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
10 feet's pretty. That's a pretty solid high jump for anybody without a pole. But yeah, that's going to be 2 climbing checks for Estrella.
Okay, so 2 athletics.
Did I say 2? I meant 1 critical success. So Estrella just scampers up that wall as if she was born for it. And ends up there.
Yep. Securing the rope and going into hiding.
Okay. Give us a stealth check.
No!
Estrella secures the rope and quickly and speedily turns around, gets next to the wall where somebody's been cooking something with a bunch of copper kettles that she just kicks straight over, making an unholy racket.
Really?
Smooth.
Maybe they didn't hear that.
Can I? Should I really do this? I'm thinking of using my hero point here, but I'm not sure if I need that to stay alive later.
That's going to be up to you, ma'am.
No, I'm going to hero point this. I don't want us to get seen right here.
Very well. Go ahead.
I can roll 2 once after another, right?
Close.
No.
She barely manages to catch the kettles before they hit the ground, balancing one on her knee, one on the tip of her toe, one in each hand, and then biting the last one. But while she doesn't make an unholy clatter, she's not, even Marisol and Iori can see, she's not particularly well concealed.
Marisol looks at the Yodi and just shakes her head.
Yodi sees that and his eyes get really wide, and then he does a little detect magic to see if I can see anything around. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that.
And
there
then
is
she
something
gives him a
magical
coin
to
just
your.
for the board and for luck.
You can see the shimmer of a magical aura to the southeast of where you are, on top of the wall.
Yodi is not sure, but there is definitely much power around here.
Absolutely. You better take this. And I hand him a gold coin, for the hoard.
Yodi makes that disappear very quickly. Indeed.
Okay, who's going to be the next one up?
I guess I'll go.
Right. So with the rope, that's going to be a DC 10 athletics now. Still difficult, but way less difficult than it would be to try to free climb it. It's rough going. Mador has a couple of slips, but he gets up.
Not a
Thanks to the
climber.
rope. Would definitely not have worked without the rope. That puts Mador up on the wall as well.
Could I just climb the wall with a 20?
Are you going to try?
Yes.
In that case, Sarah just straight up climbs the wall.
Move into this corner here.
Right.
I'm wondering right now, is the fog from my horn following me, or
No.
was okay? That was just where it was blown, right?
Yep. So
Okay.
it's covering pretty much up to 15 feet outside of the back walls, having gone down the cliffside. So anybody on the ground now is really struggling to see the rest of you up there, except for Edamir, who doesn't care about fog.
Meanwhile, on the ground, Preacher is trying to fashion some kind of carrying sling for the wolf out of a bedroll sheet and securing it to himself before climbing.
Very well. Climbing with the wolf is going to be more difficult, so with the rope, that's going to be a DC 13
Absolutely.
athletics.
I do have a lifting belt, so that kit doesn't weigh much at the moment.
Fair enough. With the lifting belt, that's going to be DC 10. You don't care about the wolf snuggling in behind you.
Excellent.
The weight is negligible. Because Preacher's got one of those belts you put on at the gym before doing very heavy lifts.
That's a 21, so
Yeah. Yeah, coming up on the wall next to Eodian, taking a guarding stance. Herko has easily climbed it without any sort of climbing kit, just having used his orcish physiology with the long, hard nails to just climb up the wall, brute forcing it. That leaves Magnus and Edamir outside. That Magnus gets up easily.
Yep.
No issue whatsoever.
He secures all his weapons to his back, makes sure everything tight, and just goes.
Yeah.
Bit
Edamir
like
also easily scampers up the rope. You hear from over on the to your right, a redheaded lady peeks around the wall and like, oh, Yartle be praised. You're here. Are you here to take back the abbey?
Yes, yes, we are. Who are you?
Don't trust her.
I'm Ingrid. I've served you several times while you were here last time.
Did she?
Doesn't
She did.
mean doesn't mean she can't be corrupted.
No, but she. For now, we should just make sure we don't have much choice, do we now? And she looks alive.
She looks alive. I say cut like the back of her hand and see if she bleeds.
Oh, Master Yodi, could you check if she's magically animated, please?
I assume I can see the aura. That was where it was coming from, or do I have to be more precise about it?
That's it's not coming from her.
Yodi does not see anything particularly alarming here.
Which means she's alive.
Maybe.
You're a druid, then check it. Knowledge nature or something.
I don't think that really falls into the realm of druidism.
You should know if something's natural or not, right?
Is that a skill that I can roll?
You could roll medicine if you want to, like, give her a check over to see if she's got a pulse and that sort of thing. But I mean, nature would tell you that, yeah, she's a very young adult human with a high level of stress, it seems, and with the uncommon red hair that's not common for humans.
Is she the one that approached me with Albany?
That she is.
I'm going to ask her where Albadine is.
Master Modor, I'm sorry. She is here on the wall, right behind me, but she fell, protecting me and others from the undead. She took grievous wounds down in the courtyard, dueling a female dwarf with a long sword and a shield, giving the rest of us time to get away. We managed to get her up on the wall, but there was nothing we could do.
She seems to be in the right state of mind, so maybe she's fine.
So are the forces inside the walls and outside the walls, are they the same forces?
I don't know I don't know why it happened, but the undead they must have come during the night. We heard nothing, but in the morning the entire village was killed and reanimated and smacking on the walls and trying to climb them and smash down the gate. The knights and monks they fought. They were winning easily as well when this enormous purple giant of some sort with a huge sight. She just materialized inside the courtyard with many powerful undead. I've never seen that type. I don't know what they are, but one is tall and with no skin. It's got eyes that can, if it locks its eyes on you, you feel death coming. And she sobs softly. They killed almost everyone. Albertine, she managed to lead a little party of us, and she nods to the tower. We've been locked inside here since then. They don't seem to. Oh, they must know we're here, but they don't seem to care about us. The undead in the courtyard, they turned on each other. Horrible tearing and screeching, and the the large one with the sight that she managed to push uh, the female dwarf with the sword out of the gates, but they've been besieging this castle or the abbey for a while now, and then the orcs showed up. I'm certain they would have pillaged the village if there was anything to pillage, but the undead, they were moving and acting as if they were just villagers until the orcs kind of came in and started looting, and then they suddenly formed up in formations as if they were soldiers. And well, the orcs took some brutal losses before they managed to disengage and get back to their war camp. There's been skirmishing ever since. The orcs kill zombies, and when they feel they are ready, they charge, and they're beaten back, and well, new orcs raise the zombies. It's been a stalemate out there for days now.
What tower are they pulling out in?
There's the one behind me here. There's 7 of us.
Then I suggest we go get them first.
We need water, food. We have nowhere to go currently. I mean, even with you here, I can hear the fighting outside. I heard the charge of the knights. I think we'll just hold up in that tower until it is safe for us to leave.
Well, there is this rope here that we used to get up. You could probably get down there.
What would that help me, ma'am? We have no winter clothing. We have no provisions. If we leave the little warmth we have in the tower, we'd be dead within hours just from exposure.
Well, if the abbey falls, then that might be preferable to stay here and be whatever it is happening to other people here.
Should you fail, clear the abbey of the undead, then we will try, but I have faith in you. Albertine spoke very highly of you as masters of your craft. There's
Here,
one thing you need to know before you go in. Master Quarantine, sometimes he would go up to the inner fireplace and he'd go through it. There's a hidden door in the back of the fireplace. It leads down to something under the abbey. I don't know not what it is, but I think it's important.
everything that can give us an edge. You said you were hungry and thirsty.
Yes, we haven't had food for 3 days, and we haven't had water for the last day. Everybody's
I take off
starving.
my bag of rations, the one that refills, and teaches her the code word. This should easily fill all of you. I want
Oh,
it back after all this is done, so keep it safe for me.
I will, madame, but do you have any water, anything to drink?
Aye, I have something. Just a minute, lassie. Magnus reaches into his pack and produces a big bowl of fish soup. Don't worry about it. If you drink your fill out of that, just hand it on. It refills itself.
Her hands are shaking now. You can see her cracked lips. There's a little trickle of blood as from the smile as the lips are stretched. Thank you. I will take this inside now.
Wait
The
a
best
minute.
of luck to you all.
Wait a minute, lassie. And your hat?
Well, we are all injured, sir, but none of us are critically injured. Do not waste any time or resources on us. I do not know what is going on inside, but I would not be selfish enough to ask you to spend time healing us when you will need it fighting whatever is there. There is a huge zombie inside. I think it's must have been a giant before dying. They have it up by the gate waiting for in case anything breaks through.
Aye. When we succeed, take me to the others, and I'll heal you all.
But for now, eat and drink and stay healthy.
And
Thank you.
and stay out of the way.
Zara seems to have something she wants to say.
Magnus, before we push forward, you're skilled in medicine, right? Do you mind going and seeing if Albertine is as dead as they say? Or maybe she's just critically wounded at the edge of death?
I was about to ask that. Who is this Albertine? Can
Uh,
someone tell
she
me?
is she is an individual that we were paid to escort to the Abbey. She's been chosen by the gods, much like you.
She's a
A
champion,
champion.
y- young lady. Do you remember exactly where Miss Albertine fell?
Yes, I told you she's just here. Come around the corner and you will see her.
Did you take a? Did you have time to take a pulse or anything, or is she just lying very still?
I said to take a what?
Exactly. Go on.
Did you feel whether or not her heart was still beating?
Sir, I may not be a healer, but she has been out in the cold for 2 days now, and the wounds she took. There is no way she is alive.
I will check anyway when we get the chance, but exposure, it's not good. Magnus memorizes the location of the body.
Yeah, I mean, if you walk up to the tower, you can see a young lady, maybe 17, with you can't see much. You can see her face. It's the body is obviously frozen. Uh, Eyes are closed, and she looks resolute, even still as she is dressed in a gleaming plate of a full plate armor, marked with the markings of a champion of Geb. A bastard sword is laying over her thighs, right hand still gripping it as she sits leaned up towards the wall. But the armor is rent in several places. From the look of it, even after she got up here, there wasn't much blood left to puddle around. There's just a small puddle of blood, but the entire way down the wall on the right side, you can see a trail of blood from somebody who's had an artery or something like it severed.
Is it worth throwing a medicine check?
Well, you could, but only thing it's going to tell her is that there's absolutely nothing you can do. The body, though, has been more or less perfectly preserved by the cold. There's no degradation of it whatsoever.
There's no much chance, Zara. It looks like she bled out getting up the wall. But the body is frozen. It's preserved. There'll no be any tissue degradation.
Well, what happens next is between her, Geb, and the church.
Aye. She could be raised, but I don't think we have the resources.
We do not.
Zara's gonna walk over and take her holy symbol and add it to her collection.
Very well. It's a typical symbol of Geb, mostly wood and copper. Nothing too flashy, but made with care, obviously by a master craftsman.
I'm gonna lay down. I'm gonna kneel down beside her, put her in her prone position, and cross arms on the sword as a proper burial for champions.
Yeah, you are you trying to move her arms, or
I'll
your?
try.
Yeah, no, she's entirely frozen stiff. If you try to cross the arms, they're just gonna break.
Don't we have bigger issues to worry about?
Yeah, I don't want to
Why don't you go
interrupt
take
this.
care of it, Adamir? You hate the undead. They're all out there for you. Go for it.
We need
Yeah.
everyone for this. That's why we came in here. There will be time to grieve later.
I hate to say it, but she's right. We need to go. She wouldn't want us to linger here and leave others to suffer because of her.
Aye.
Well, let's move low and see if we can get an eye on their defenses in the courtyard. Maybe we can open up the fight with a boom.
Let's go for it.
Okay, so whoever wants to be moving, I'm gonna need stealth rolls from you and see where you actually want to be going.
Yeah, moving along.
Right. Oh, there. It's like
So how many ones have we had today?
Too many?
One is too many.
right. Gonna need Edamir, are you planning on moving as well?
Yeah, I'll just move up to everybody else. This will be with the +10, not the +2.
Right. All right. Well, Edamir is everybody's fairly quiet. Zara, however, slips on the ice, takes a nasty fall, and takes 4 bludgeoning damage. You can hear. Let me see here. Hmm.
Steady balance really comes in handy here.
Yep.
You hear some shouting in an unknown language down in the courtyard.
I signal that we should move closer and see if we can get eyes on them, and then look so that if anyone seems to understand.
So, I guess for the next move against those worlds.
Hmm. Zara actually has eyes on. Currently, you can see a large amount of zombies. Seems like the biggest and strongest of whoever they've been able to raise here, but still commoners in regular clothing. Stood in an open square facing the gate. Next to them, let us see. Mm-hmm. You see two larger, more like they don't move with the jerky stiffness of zombies standing in the back, and are dressed in well, they look pretty much like this.
Looks like they should re-die.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle of the formation, there's others that look more animated as well, with the power of some unholy spells around their their hands. Yes, hands. That's the word I was looking for. Um, there's two creatures in front of the gates, just kind of sewn together by whatever loose bits that the undead have been able to find, standing ready to receive the charge. If somebody should be able to breach the gate, and a huge creature, probably is once a hill giant, standing there ready as well. Probably around 9 feet tall. So there we are. The rest of you are you still moving up down on the east side of the wall?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, well then just move yourselves up.
Are we doing this
Do
in-
you need rolls from us, or
No, just
Okay.
move up. We're not gonna have stealth every time. It's just gonna slow things down. Something fierce. Right, now Preacher can also see or everybody moving up pretty much can also see these creatures.
Hmm.
Bup, bup. Can I see the Lord on the upper right corner?
No. He's behind a building for you.
All right.
How high is that building?
It's about a story high, enough that you can't see anything man-sized behind the buildings, but the undead giant towers over them, so you're able to see him from pretty much any angle.
All right. But I see the other lord, so in the next round I would like to death mark him.
Okay, if we're death marking, then we are going to the initiatives. That's gonna be Edamir first.
Did
Uh,
you use my stealth for the initiative?
I did not. Let me change that up. However, I still doubt you'll beat Edamir's.
Probably not, but
initiative.
if I have that skill, I will want to use it.
Yeah, your stealth should be 3 higher than it is. Yeah, that's not gonna be beating Edamir's initiative anyway. But you're slightly faster. So Edamir, what is the plan, Monsieur?
Edamir totally does not know anything that's going on because he is currently in his tiny fox form and can't see over the little lip. So he just thinks we're taking a jaunt and just walking. So I'm not going to do anything.
Fair enough. Heshko here is just gonna move up to be in a protective position for Iori. It's the law.
Yeah. I am going to hold. You said so on this side. Is it still the 30 feet high, or is it?
Oh yeah, it's still 30 feet high.
All right.
But there are it's not marked on the map, but there are like ladders and walkways to be able to get up onto the walls from inside. So it's fairly easy to just move down from the wall. It's just gonna take you 10 feet of movement to
Okay.
get off the
So
wall.
in that case, I want to sneak and hide here.
All right, give us a stealth roll then.
This can go great. Oh, not bad.
Yeah, Estrella's sneaking down. Doesn't seem like she's been noticed by anything yet. That takes us to Iodi.
Ooh-wee. I would like to move to there.
Yes, sir.
And I assume I can see between those two buildings because of this beautiful map.
You can.
Well, Yodi kind of rummages around in his pouch a little bit, and he looks around at everybody getting ready, and he just kind of shrugs his shoulders. And I will throw a fireball into the middle of all of that.
Oh boy. Very well, sir. Roll your damage. Thump. Iodi takes out his M29 and drops a little present for everything that is down that way. And that is going to be a fair amount of damage to pretty much everything that is that area. Wow. Wow.
20 foot, yeah, it should be most of them.
Yep.
Yeah, that should be all of them.
Yep. I'm just going through and putting damage numbers onto faces as we speak. So nothing goes down, but everything has taken a fair chunk of damage from Iori going and just fireballing the crap out of him. Home. That's a lot of enemies, though. Takes me a little while to go through and put damage onto everything.
Question about the visuals here. Is you're actually conjuring a fireball between his hands or something and throwing it as a visual trace back to where he was standing, or does it just appear?
Oh no, he definitely threw a fireball between those buildings with style points.
Nice.
Kablamo! Situation normal, all on fire. Yeah, that's what happens when you have a wizard. That takes us to Zara.
Zara's going to slip a wand out of a holster and tap herself on the nose and apply blur to herself.
Gotcha. So Zara's now very difficult to actually. You see something's there, but it's very difficult to be certain of what it is.
And then she's going to move here.
Very well. Very well. So I'm just gonna kind of move you us so we're in full squares to make life easier for combat and that sort of thing. If you're in inside a bit of wall, we know you're kind of just hugging it.
Okie
Right.
dokie.
Now, however, shit is actually starting to pop off. You hear shouting in Necril. And what can you do, bro? Oh, hey. Who is visible currently? Nobody. He is just going to move up here, hug that wall on the corner, and kind of peek around. So it doesn't seem like he's spotting Estrella. And speaking of beating faces, it is Preacher's turn.
I'm looking around up here for something big and heavy to toss down to anyone that attempts to climb up the nearest accessway.
Well, you're in luck, because the defenders here have had buckets of arrows, big rocks, an anvil, pretty much anything.
I secure a very, very big rock and hold my turn, basically waiting for something to get up the nearest accessway and get a counter.
Gotcha. Mador. Zebu.
Can I see the zombie lord on the far corner? Or do I got to take a 5-step back?
I'm gonna say that you see him, but he has a degree of concealment from that corner there, so
Okay,
you can see roughly half of him.
If I take a 5-foot step back.
Like up here, you're thinking?
Yep.
That'd be a clean. You can see him cleanly from there.
I'm gonna shoot at him with a crossbow.
Gotcha. 23. Let me just find this, bro. Man, there's a lot of enemies on this map. Shago, why do you put all of the enemies on the map inside from the start? Why you do this to yourself? Instead of doing them in.
Is he still flat-footed as it wasn't his turn yet?
Who said they were flat-footed? These guys were standing waiting for an attack. It came
But not
from
from the inside.
Came from a different direction than expected, but they're not flat-footed.
All right.
That is a hit, Amador. Oh wow, yeah, you get him. You can see you get him in the lower jaw instead of the brain, but you can see the crossbow bolt kind of sticking out of his jaw. And I believe you have one more action. I'm assuming you're going to reload with it.
I'm going to actually duck behind the wall here, duck down and reload.
Yeah, down and reload. I'm going to say that's not going to take an extra action, but it will give you 75% concealment from any shenanigans coming from down there. And that takes us to wow. Game, if you could kind of let me press them and just collect the token, I'd be super duper thankful, but I guess that ain't happening. Let's see, these things are actually surprisingly fast. See, that's going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then he's going to get up there, and then Preacher is going to get his rock attack.
No idea exactly how that's going to work, but yeah.
So he comes running up. It's an improvised weapon, so I'm going to give you a -4 on your ranged attack. It's basic, so count it as trained.
Okay. And what do I roll and where?
Roll a roll a d20 and add. Let's see. Add 3.
Okay. Not including strength.
Strength will no. It's a ranged, so
Okay.
it's not strength based. Still a hit though.
Mm-hmm.
He's easy to hit coming up that little walkway. That's going to be a 3d6, sir.
3d6.
Shago,
Yes, sir.
most of your thrown weapons that you eat with strength of arm do get half their strength bonus.
Oh, okay. We'll add 2 then.
Yep.
So that's going to be 9. Yeah, he goes bonk. You see, now that you see the zombie coming closer, this does not look like a regular old zombie. This thing is covered with pustules and with like huge pimples ready to burst. You see a couple of them bursting, splat the ladder with some sort of very nasty type of stuff as it's heading up. And it does use the rest of its action to get up, but it can't actually do anything once it gets up there. So that takes us to Marisol.
Question.
Yes,
Do
sir.
I get a regular punch on the guy since I do have a couple of actions hold pending?
Move. I'll say you get one. You get one action more.
Okay.
Before we jump to Marisol.
Then I'm gonna use some regular punching.
Falcon Punch. There we are. Okay. That, sir, is a critical.
Oh, sorry. That's a critical. So shift is
Hold,
isn't it?
hold shift. Yes.
Here we go.
There we are. And he actually he takes its head straight off. No, that's not the right thing. And the body falls back, landing on the ground and shattering in a lot of nasty pustules again.
Hmm.
And that takes us to Marisol.
Yeah, so I noticed that guy that's creeping up on where Estrella is standing, peeking around the corner.
Yeah, he is gonna have 75% cover from you.
No, he won't,
Okay.
because I'm aiming.
Oh, son of a. Okay then. Snipper.
So I am gonna use the wall in front of me to steady my rifle and take careful aim and shoot at him. So instead of getting cover, I get a +2 to hit.
Okay, go for it, ma'am. That's interesting.
So 26
That's a hit.
for 7.
7, yeah. I mean, you take off an ear. But, yeah, he's...
Now hopefully he rather noticing me than seeing Estrella down at the ground with him.
Right. Another one of the plague zombies that's just the exact thing of what the last one did, except it's running up, ends up next to Eodi. Yep. There we are. It's gonna be able to get there next to Preacher. That takes us to Magnus.
Okay. Magnus will have to step around Preacher. There's no other way around it. Okay, so 5-foot step.
Right.
And he's going to hit at that one right next to Preacher.
Gotcha. That is a critical. Ooh. It's reeling, but it's actually not down yet. And that's a hit.
for 11.
All right.
That's 1, 2, 3. That's my turn.
Right. As that critical hits, both Preacher and Magnus are hit with a sickening type of, well, and Eodi actually. Pus from this thing. And I'm going to need a DC 20 Fortitude save from each of you. So Magnus is now sickened from the smelly pus. Okay, and that takes us to the big boy. He's just gonna kind of mosey on up. He doesn't need to get on the wall. He's tall enough that he can actually just try to smack you on top of the wall. He doesn't even need to go there. He can go here. There we are, and he is gonna swim. Okay, what's this? What's this button do? He swings actually and tries to hit both Preacher and Magnus with the rotting foot he's holding. However, both manage to duck down behind the wall as the huge foot just goes like whoosh, and a huge swing over them. El Scamenu. This thing is gonna be moving up here. Skittering up easily enough. Does Magnus have attack of opportunity, by the way? I don't
He
believe
does.
he does. Does
Yes,
he?
he does. Yes.
In that case, he does get an attack of opportunity on the carrion golem.
That one next to him.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
Oof. Magnus actually throws his saber over the wall, landing on the ground next to the huge monster.
Great.
This carrion golem stinks, by the way, like nobody's business. This thing is gonna run up, climb the wall, or the stairs next to Eodi and Mador. Mador gets an attack of opportunity.
Oh, okay. Instantaneous with my glaive can come out, correct?
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna say so. It's because why not? It is instantaneous to pull. That's a critical, sir. Phew. He actually kills the zombie as it's heading up, and the splatter of nasty juices is far enough down from using a polearm that it doesn't actually affect Edamir and the Mador. You can feel the smell, but you're not actually bothered by it. The next one, however, can now climb somewhat safely without eating an attack of opportunity in turn. That's Edamir's turn.
Okay. No. Move back there.
Gotcha. If anybody hears a dog whining and complaining in the background, it's not Tiny Dog being mistreated. She just thinks she's given birth and is trying to make a nest for herself and her toy. And,
You mean the puppy?
yeah, the
Yeah.
puppy.
And I'm going to cast Disrupt Undead on the one that's straight in front of me. So a 22 basic fortitude save.
Hum. On the one straight in front of you, and that one takes a metric buttload of damage. A lot of it falls off, but it's still standing there. These things, whatever's
off?
animating, whatever's animating them is strong enough that that spell
It's
is not enough to
positive
destroy it.
damage.
Good to know. Yeah, it's still on its feet, but it's now half of it is basically just skeleton and sinew. But the positive damage definitely seems to be doing work on it. It does a lot more damage than you would have expected.
And don't really want Roarin to get in range of them, so I'll just have him there.
Gotcha. And that takes us to this bro, who is gonna move up, and Herko is gonna slash at that zombie with his neck splitter. It's a hit. 20. Smacks it, but good, and he's got a second attack that also hits and sends it off the wall. You stay away from my master. That zombie is dead. Estrella.
Yes. If I sneak up to here, I can hit him, right? He does have a little cover, but I can hit him if he doesn't see me first.
Sure, give us a stealth roll. Yeah, you're gonna get to attack from with surprise there. He does not see you coming.
Perfect. So seriously, seriously now.
Estrella stumbles, slips on the ice, and is now on her ass out in the open.
I have steady balance.
Okay, what does that do?
Steady balance. There it is. You can keep your balance easily, even in adverse conditions.
Okay, does it say anything about ignoring critical failures?
Critical failures. No, there's just whenever you roll a success, I get a critical success, not flat-footed while attempting to balance. I can attempt acrobatics instead of reflex to grab an edge.
Yeah, so Estrella's flat on her ass
Too bad.
in the open in front of the zombies.
Well, I am going to get away as fast as possible.
Very well. That was one move, one attack. You do have one action.
Yeah. I'm not yet a master at acrobatics. I'm only an expert. But at least I can crawl half my speed. So that means I can get back a little bit again into cover from the others.
Go for it, ma'am.
Half my speed would be 15. That would be here.
Right. Estrella does take a slash from his sight as he does get an attack of opportunity as he crawls away. And she is smacked for 12 slashing.
Yeah, can't help it. It is how it is.
And guess what? It's his turn. So he's going to move up here, and then he's going to take 2 attacks at the prone Estrella.
Let me have a look at this ability, Nimble Crawl. Yeah, I'm not flat-footed while prone. No, that's legendary. Never mind.
That's
But,
unfortunate.
yeah, but I can still try to nimble dodge.
Yeah, she does take 1 hit for another 14 slashing damage. You guys are just hellbent on getting killed this session, aren't you? With all of the ones. Like this zombie bro here is going to be moving up to help defend his NCO. This thing is going to be sprinting up and starting. They're starting to surround Estrella. I'll move you, by the way, so you're in a full square there. But it doesn't get an attack. Yes. This bro, what can you do? Ah, there we are. This thing is going to move up and up behind the giant and cast harm on it. And you can see a lot of the damage from the fireball just grows as it's healed by that acolyte. There's the other one. Oh, say, can you see? It's going to move up there and do the same with this individual. Okay. Which takes us to Eodi.
Okay. So this giant is just like reaching up on the wall, swinging at us, right?
Yep. I mean, his head is about the same height of the wall, so he's just kind of standing with the huge foot swinging around at anybody who looks like they could be a target.
Okay. Eodi will take a tactical retreat to that corner. Then I'm going to drop an ash cloud on top of him and his little buddy over there. And I want to place it in a way that it's just on that side of the wall.
Copy that, sir.
And that would be my turn.
Gotcha. The ash cloud, what's it do? It's when they start their turn, isn't it?
It's when they start their turn in the cloud, yep.
Okay. So the cloud, what's the AoE on that thing?
1 second. It is a 20-foot burst.
Okay, so it's going to be roughly here. That's clouded currently.
That would be the one, yes, sir.
Gotcha.
So when they start their turn in the cloud, they take 2d4 fire damage, and then they have to make a fortitude save.
I have beautiful handwriting, even on the computer. Wonderful.
Shago,
Yes, that's me.
20-foot burst is radius, so 20 foot in each direction from the center tile.
All right. That's going to be out this way then. Okay. Speaking of our esteemed rules expert, I'm not going to say rules lawyer because that's got some negative connotations to it, and I actually do appreciate Zara knowing rules. It is Zara's turn.
I'm going to use one action to move here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my esoteric lore on this zombie adjacent to me.
Go for it. Oh,
I know nothing. That's actually got penalties. Hold on.
all of the spirits and voices in your head are going like, yeah, it looks like you should be, have you tried punching him? The amount of ones today is is slightly legendary.
Should we start running now?
Too late for me.
I'm
back another
flat-footed
day.
until the
Late.
beginning of my next turn.
What did you say now, sir?
I am flat-footed until the beginning of my next turn.
Oh, lovely. Do you lose your next action, or do you still have one left?
No, I still have another action.
Oh, go for it.
I'm going to use that to swing at his head with a hammer.
No, I mean, when they say, have you tried punching him? Why not? That is a critical. Oof. Yeah, you bonk him, but good. But he's still up. Whatever it's animating this thing is obviously much more powerful than what would animate a regular zombie, because you would have expected him to fall down after that hit. Oh. Yeah. Okay, yeah. And it is his turn. Ooh, okay, Shago, now you've gone and confused yourself. There we are. Son of a biscuit thief. Let me check this. He actually utters some words in a very unpleasant language. Ooh,
A reminder: I am blurred, and he needs to succeed a DC 5 flat check to target me.
he does, and that is a critical hit with the thing. But you're gonna need to roll yourself a fortitude save. Let me see what the DC 21 fortitude. Nope. In that case, Zara is now enfeebled as he casts a ray of enfeeblement onto Zara. Hum, 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 hum. Enfeebled 2, even. And for his last action, he's just going to swing with the scythe. And I do believe that is a miss. So Zara manages to defend herself from that. That takes us to Preacher. Mr. Preacher, sing us a song. Boom, 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 boom.
The wall is 30 feet high, correct?
Correct, sir.
The 5-foot step, is that an action?
It is, yes.
All right, I move there and attempt to grab the thing on the what's that?
The carrion golem.
The carrion golem. Attempt to grab him. Athletics check.
And that's going to be against his passive athletics. Let me check that out.
It's actually against his fortitude DC.
Oh, okay. That
No,
actually,
sorry. No. Actually, it is. You were correct.
yeah. That is not a hit. He manages to squirm out of Preacher's grasp. Preacher has a pretty bad start to that grab.
Okay. In that case, I'll just hit him once. Since I failed on that one, because I was intending to throw him off the wall.
I kind of assumed as much. You were just very unlucky with your roll there.
A regular punch.
Falcon Punch. Let's see. That's a hit.
Okay.
14. Huzzah. Yeah, doesn't seem to be resistant to punching, but it's difficult to damage, being made mostly from bones and, well, parts that aren't squishy.
Damn it. Okay, that's me done.
Kind of like hitting an oak door.
Hmm.
Mador.
Right. I'm gonna be calling forth the 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 brute durable.
Yeah, the Deburu Daraibo. Yeah.
That nice little spear you gave me.
Yes, the flaming. That is actually, it's not just a regular spear; it's a dueling spear, meaning that it's got the versatile S with it, so it can be used to slash or pierce.
Okay. Which also means my shield is now act. My shield comes out too.
Okay, dunk, shield, and spear. Straight up. That's a hit. 16. You pierce it, and well, it should have splattered you with all sorts of nasty juices, but it seems that the fire engulfing the spearhead actually burns them away before they can manage to bother you.
Right. Second attack.
That's it. Yeah, second attack goes you just shove it straight through its head, and it falls off, also on fire.
And a ray shield.
Gotcha.
That's my move.
Takes us to Marisol.
Yeah, I'm gonna reload, carefully aim, and try to hit the one that is currently trying to kill Estrella.
Go for it, ma'am.
So 28.
28. Let me check here. It's not a critical, but it's a hit.
For 10.
Yeah. Put another shot through its shoulder. It's not going down.
And that was my turn.
That was your turn. Okay, that takes us to Magnus. And Magnus is starting his turn next to the Carrion Golem. This thing stinks to high heaven and beyond. So we are actually gonna need a DC 19 Fortitude. Son of a Magnus
Crying
is
out
now
loud.
Magnus is now even more sickened from the stench. And he also has a -2 on saves against getting sickened from being within the stench of it going forward.
Okay. Magnus will cast Disrupt Undead on the Hulk.
Go for it.
Okay, that's a 22 Fortitude DC.
Yep, that is going to be a critical success. Uh-huh. It seems it's big and it's very tough, so the disrupt itself doesn't seem to do much, but the positive energy from the disrupt shares off a pretty large chunk of flesh from it.
Okay, Magnus will raise
Cool.
shield.
One moment. Critical fail for Disrupt Undead. The target is enfeebled 1 also.
Oh, that was a critical success.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for pointing that out, because that could become very relevant very quickly. This thing, let me see, it has plenty of reach. What Ash Cloud, sir? Yodi, roll your Ash Cloud damage.
Oh, we.
What happens on a crit fail against Ash Cloud, by the way?
Hold on 1 second.
Because I was just thinking to myself, it can fail this save on a 1. And guess what I rolled?
Interesting.
So a critical fail is double damage and blinded for 1 round.
Okay, then. So,
So 8 damage and blind.
okay, so right, it is actually gonna have a fairly solid chance of missing, but it is gonna swing at Preacher and Magnus. Both Preacher and Magnus evade it again by the skin of their teeth, but still, they do manage to evade it. Swings again, they evade that. Swings the third time, they evade that as well. So yeah, not being able to see seems to have screwed up this thing's ability to actually whammo people pretty efficiently. Speaking of screwing things up, the Carrion Golem is going to try to bite Magnus. That is he has raised shield. That is a miss. Gonna try to bite Magnus again. Just manages to get his shield up to avoid getting bitten. It's not giving up though. It's gnawing on that shield, trying to get through. But Magnus is defending himself very effectively with the shield. This Plug Zomba here. Oh wow, this thing has taken a beating, hasn't it? But it is going to try to punch Mador. Ooh, that is actually a hit. What do you know? Smacks Mador for 11 bludgeoning damage. And I'm gonna need a DC 20 Fortitude save from Mador. Wow. You guys are just not having straight up not having a good time with the rolls, are you?
It's a critical fail.
Yeah, that's not great. There we have it. So Mador is gonna take a there we are. Yeah, okay. Make some notes. Why in the world can I put afflictions onto you when I can do everything else? I'm gonna write a sternly worded letter to my congressman.
We almost can't hear you, darling.
That's okay. I was just muttering about sending a sternly worded letter to my congressman for not being able to put that effect onto my door and actually having to write that down the old-fashioned way. And it's grabbed hold of Mador as well. And it's going to try to bite him. Which it manages to do. Damn. The zombie is overachieving. 9 damage onto Mador from the bite. Edamir, Zevu.
Okay. I'm going to move there. And I will cast another Disrupt Undead on the Pox guy by Mador.
Go for it.
It's 22 basic fortitude.
Yeah, roll your damage.
Oof.
And that is actually enough. The plague zombie, having taken a serious beating already, hit by positive energy, kind of just crumbles to dust and falls down in a heap of bones and ash.
And Roar will move there. And that'll be it.
Yeah. Herko turns to Iodi. Master, can I help the water leader?
What did you say?
He said, Master, can I help the war leader?
You will do what you need to do, Herco. We all play our part in this fight.
He gives Iodi a toothy grin before taking a running start. Okay, that is going to be a fair amount of jump. And actually just jumps off of the wall, landing with an oomph. That landing obviously hurts, but it doesn't necessarily seem to slow him down a bit. And then trying to whack that carrion creature with his next splitter, which he does beautifully. Smacks the carrion creature next to Estrella with a pretty solid whack. It's still up, but you can see cracks starting to form in the bone that is comprised of. That takes us to Estrella, speaking of.
Yeah, I want to get up with an acrobatics check to not get attacked.
Do that, ma'am.
Pray.
I was waiting for the one. But Estrella manages to acrobatics her ass up.
Yeah, then I'm going to take a 5-foot step out of reach.
Right?
And I am going to use an item that Eodi gave me, which is the, I think it's Drakeheart Moot again.
Ah.
So
the
that,
Drakeheart music then. Okay.
yes, and he gave me one that gives me an AC +5 and Perception +2, duration 10 minutes, or until final search.
So Estrella chugs that Drakeheart mutagen, and you can hear a small kind of draconic like roar from her as the potion takes part, and she sprouts a pair of tiny horns in her forehead and thick scales all over her body. And she can also see a lot better as her pupils kind of dilate or fasten so that they look more like cats or dragons' pupils than human. Very well. This guy is going to try to cast a Ray of Enfeeblement onto Herko. Hum, 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 hum. That's a hit. Herko roars as the ray hits him, but he doesn't necessarily seem very slowed down. And then he barks an order to the zombies, and the two zombies shamble towards targets, almost as if they're actually listening to his commands. Speaking of, it's this thing's turn. It is next to Estrella, and it is going to be punching.
Yeah.
Estrella has an AC of 29. Wow. Yeah, it smacks straight into, would have punched her in the face, but her face is now covered in thick draconic scales, and it doesn't actually hurt. Misses with the second attack. Misses with the third attack. Dang. That Drakeheart mutagen definitely did some good just about now. This carrion golem is going to be attacking Herko. It does bite him. Ooh. You can actually hear a grunt of pain from him as he's bitten. And he's going to try to bite him again. Second bite he blocks, and the third bite he blocks with the haft of his axe. Oh, this bro. Bro, what can you do that's interesting to do? It's just gonna drop. Let me see. I am going to need a DC. What is that? 19 fortitude save from Preacher and Magnus. Wow.
Really?
Yep.
Man, you guys are just.
We cannot save for shit.
That's my first fail save today.
So that is 12 negative damage to Preacher. And has Magnus gotten the Paladin's Fortitude thingamajig yet? I don't think so.
The what?
Iron Will or something?
Yeah, you get it at a higher level where it's counted as a critical success if you have a success.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 3 negative damage to Magnus, and you can see the wounds on both the giant and the acolyte itself and the Hulk kind of growing again as it channels negative energy.
Question.
Yes, sir.
What level was that? I'm assuming it was a spell.
That it was. Let me check here. What's the... That was a level 1. No, level 2. Level 2. My bad.
Then I will take 10 because my arcane safeguards gives me 2 temporary.
Okay. Excellent. What do you do? That's not super. Well, that's actually pretty interesting. However, it is just going to cast harm. The other shade is just going to cast harm on the zombie sergeant in front of it, healing it for a fair bit of damage. You can see, undead flesh re-knitting from the unholy energies being channeled. It is Eodi's turn.
Of course it is. Let us see. What shall we do here? Looks like there's some silliness. I can see them over there, like Herco and them, right?
Let me see what with your line of sight. You can see the carrion golem, but not the zombie sergeant currently.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I knew what was going on over there. I'm aware there's like fighting going on over there, right?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
He did say something about saving the war leader before he just went and jumped off of the wall.
Yeah, but he's a crazy ass orc. I have no fucking idea what he's doing. He could be going to flirt with Zara for all I know.
Fair point.
Yodi's gonna slide up here.
Yeah, now peeking over the wall, he's got a full assessment of the situation.
I would like to do Ray of Frost at the zombie lord bro in the middle.
Yes.
So Yodi rubs his hands together and does a little Kamehameha beam at that dude.
Yep. Roll your 2 hits. That is a hit. Yeah, you can see him actually taking a fair amount of damage from that cold. Doesn't seem to be any more or less effective than what you would expect, but he's definitely not super resistant to it.
And that would be my turn, sir.
That would be you. Then we are going on to Zara, whose armor suddenly feels very heavy.
Enfeebled 1's not enough to make my armor feel heavy.
You're enfeebled too,
How did I get enfeebled 2?
because that's what that spell does when you don't have a successful save.
But
Would be
anyways,
enfeebled
I'm
1
gonna
on a save.
do esoteric lore on the zombie adjacent to me.
Okay, go for it. Much better roll. Google's talking for some reason. Yeah, these things are can only be created by followers of either Ixtab or the Death Lord, who have been blessed with the ability to do so, and are usually used as commanders and NCOs for zombies specifically, because they do have some abilities that strengthen other zombies around them. They've got the usual common zombie or undead stuff: immune to death effect, disease, paralyzed, poison, and unconscious. But due to some sort of quirk, probably one of the other gods, the reigning theory is Anku Kwan, the Sisters of Mercy. They are actually weak to slashing and positive energy. They do have some actually have pretty good spellcasting ability. But one of the most dangerous things about them is that they can all cast Death Knell. So if anybody's down and has a dying 1 effect, that's going to be a will save to not die if they get that spell off. And the Ray of Enfeeblement, something they're also very well known for.
Okie dokie. Weaknesses, you said slashing and positive?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna teleport here. Or make a duplicate of myself. Same
Yeah.
thing. And then I'm gonna try to whammo him.
That is a hit, sir.
$11 damage plus his weakness damage.
Does it say anything if you get one or both of the weaknesses?
I get to pick one. So
Okay.
whichever one's higher.
Okay, they're both 5, so fair enough. You smack him with a positive energy charged hammer. He definitely does not like that very much.
And that's my turn.
It is his turn. He is going to use one action to command zombies to shamble forth. So this one moves here, and then he's going to try to scythe Zara in the face as a thank you for being smacked, which he does.
Did you roll for the flat check first?
Of course I did. No, I didn't. I forgot about that. He actually does not slash at Zara. He slashes at where he thinks Zara is. But she ain't there. So yeah, he is cursing. And then on his last attack, he is going to try to actually trip Zara with the Zeitz. Trying to hook it behind her legs and pull her over, but Zara easily stays on her legs. Preacher.
Right. It's time for round 2. Grapple.
Right. That is a success.
Toss. Fortitude DC difficulty. So his fortitude DC, I gotta beat that with an athletics check.
Yeah, you that's what you just did. You don't have to roll it twice.
Okay.
So you are tossing him.
Yeah, okay, he's going 60 feet. 30 feet toss with another 30 feet fall, so 6d6 plus 4.
Okay. I'm assuming you want to hit ground. So
Preferably so stone or something. Or...
you can actually get him into that ash cloud. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Even
roll
better.
your 66, sir.
How the heck? Do you have to do a custom dice or something? No.
No,
Yeah.
right click it, and it says X.
Like-
So many.
Yeah, but I can do 5, but I cannot do 6.
I just rolled 5 and then another one. It's fine.
Okay.
So
Plus 4.
preacher just straight up yeets him off of that wall.
26.
Takes a fair amount of damage as he hits the ground, but he's not dead.
Well, he's not sickening my friend, at least.
That's a good thing.
For my last action, is this giant at all visible, or
Oh yeah, yeah. You can see his head kind of poking over the wall. He's standing next to the wall, kind of just trying to sweep with that huge ass leg at you guys.
okay? Damn it! What's a good choice here? Fighting a giant. I'm taking one of those big rocks again and just lobbing it at him.
Go for it.
What was the toss? Regular D20?
Yeah, regular D20 plus a 5 in this case. Or, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a critical. So that is going to be 9d6 plus 6.
Okay. Did you say 9d6?
Yeah, 3d6 regular times 3 critical.
Okay.
So 22, 36 plus 6, 42 damage. As Preacher just yeets a rock straight into that thing's eye, popping it like an overripe set. And it now has a big boulder instead of its left eye.
I think I'm done there.
That was funny. Mudor is the next one.
All right, I'm gonna head down the stairs, the ladder or whatever. Where
Yeah.
can I get 10 feet?
So yeah, it'll be 10 feet to move there or there basically, and then you still have another 15 in your movement pool for using one action.
Okay. And I'm 10 feet away from the Karen, right?
That is correct, sir.
And if I move down diagonally, I'll be 10 feet away from the other. Am I 10 feet away from the one in front of Estrella where I'm standing?
No. Yes, you are actually. Yeah,
Great.
diagonally, you are.
I'll use the glaive on this because of reach,
Gotcha.
and I'll swing out the one in front of Estrella.
Go for it. That's a critical.
$31.
That definitely hits very hard. And of course, the sit on it pops. I'm gonna need a DC 20 Fortitude from Estrella.
Yeah, I get a +4 against exhaustion, disease, and nausea.
Okay, this is a disease, so you get a +4 against it.
16.
For all of the good it does you. Okay, that's one attack. Mador still has one attack left.
He's still standing.
He's still standing, but
Okay,
he's
I'll
been
swing on him again.
he's definitely been shreked pretty badly. Looks like slashing might be the way to go on these things. That's a hit. And he is taken down as Mador just lobs his head off. Shiny
That's my
and
move.
chrome. Marizal.
Yeah, so I'm starting with reloading because that's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll aim and shoot at the same zombie lord I've been shooting on all evening.
Gotcha. Go for it, ma'am. That's a hit.
26.
And Marisol places a shot straight through his head, and he goes down, falls down as if whatever unholy threads have been commanding him have just been cut.
Nice. That's one. And that's what I can do.
Right. That takes us to Magnus, who can start off the turn with giving me a DC 20 Fortitude save to try to get rid of the sickened. With a -2, that's not going to work.
Well, it's already taken into account, so this is.
Oh no, that's from the sickened, but he also failed against the ghoul's effect, so it should be a -4. So he's still sickened, feeling nauseous as hell.
Magnus pulls out his warhammer, which pulses with positive energy because it's his blade ally. He takes a 10-step foot forward. And he's going to use it to hit the Hulk.
Gotcha. Smack the Hulka.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And that's a miss. Hulk actually manages to kind of reel back and not get hit by the Warhammer. Right, the Hulk, new save against Eody's Ash Cloud. That is a success. Still takes some damage.
7 damage with no status effect.
Right. Copy that. But it can see this turn, so it is going to be trying to smack Magnus and Preacher. And that is it's not a critical, but it's a hit on both for 12 bludgeoning. And it swings again. That is another hit on both for 26 bludgeoning. And then it swings again and misses. So a total of 38 bludgeoning for Preacher and Magnus. And this thing, oh yeah, this thing is up. This thing is straight up not having a good time. It is going to move up again to get close to Magnus, and then it's gonna try to bite him.
Doesn't it get the ash cloud?
Oh yeah. Let's roll a save here. That is a okay. That it does actually. it would have it was about to give Magnus a critical bite, but the ash cloud actually kills it before it can move. And takes us to Edamir.
Guess I'll just do Disrupt Undead on the Hulk. So 22 Fortitude save.
22 Fortitude save. Oh, that Hulk. A lot of that Hulk is just shorn off again by that positive ray. That is a very, very effective way of damaging it, it seems.
And that'll be my turn.
Gotcha. Herko roars and swings his axe 3 times at the carrion golem. He is kind of off his game, but he still gets 2 hits. For a total of where's the hit points on? What's the hit points on that thing? Oh yeah, he smashes it to bits with his axe. Then kind of looks over at Estrella and just kind of tips the visor on his plate helmet a bit. And gives her a toothy grin. He's also kind of looking to see if Zara caught him smashing that carrion golem and seems disappointed when she's got her back to him. Speaking of Estrella, it's Estrella's turn.
Yeah, Estrella shouts a quick thanks to him, and then luckily I'm rather quick by now with a movement of 30, so I can use 2 actions to get to help Zara. If I move here to the wall, do I get a bonus with her, a flanking bonus?
You're not.
Not
You
entirely,
don't have a
right?
line through the. No, not quite yet.
No. All right. Doesn't matter. I still attack normally in that case. There it is. But it's time to help her.
Oof. He actually seems to. He's surprised with by how fast Estrella is, but he does manage to get his sight up behind his back in a move that you would never have expected from a zombie to parry her rapier. This plague zombie here is going to be taking punches against Zara. That is a miss. That is another miss. And that has it go on its ass. And it is now prone. Okay, this thing is not in great shape anymore. It's gonna drop its last harm onto the zombie Hulk. You can see some of the damage from that you've caused on the Hulk is grows back, but you're still out damaging that Hulk pretty efficiently. The other one here is what is it gonna do?
Don't forget the ash on the mage as well.
That's a good point. Throw me some damage, EOD. Yeah, that thing is just standing in that ash cloud is slowly but surely killing that thing. The other one is going to throw a ray of enfeeblement at Zara again.
Is it the one adjacent to me?
Yep,
I'm gonna attack of opportunity it.
go for it. That's a miss, and I'm gonna need a DC.
Don't forget to roll the flat check and then the hit.
Where is it? I'm gonna need a DC. Flat check success. DC. Where's your spells? Damn it. There we are. 19 fortitude. Yeah, Zara. That's actually a critical success. So Zara is not affected by the ray of enfeeblement at all. I think I'm gonna double check that. Critical success. Yeah, unaffected. Um. hmm, 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 hmm. Hmm. And it's just gonna try to smack Zara with its sights. 25. That is a hit. Slashes
Did you
Zara.
roll your flat check?
I rolled my flat check for 5 damage. Man, I've got some construction work going on behind me here by that dog. Iodi. Ziboom was it?
All right. As I am not in a super target-rich environment all of a sudden, I'm going to jump in the air and click my heels, and I will warp step to there first.
Right.
And then
Do you want to be on top of the roof or down next to it?
just down on the ground.
Gotcha.
And I'll go right to there.
Yep.
And I will pull out the Wand of Manifold Missiles. And that will be my turn.
Gotcha. Zara.
Okie dokie. Am I flanking the zombie lord with Estrella?
Not currently, no. You can't pull a line through it to her.
Could I put a duplicate of myself against the wall where the door is?
Yes, you could.
I'm gonna do that. Don't move my token because that's not gonna be where I move from probably. And then I'm going to swing at the zombie lord.
Go for it. Hey, you crazy doggo. Not happy with the state of things currently. Oh. Uh,
26.
26 is a hit.
It's a 28 actually because of flanking.
Yeah, it's a hit, but not a crit. Still a powerful smack. As the positive energy on that thing does a proper whammo on him.
Still standing though?
Still standing. Kind of reeling from that smack, though. And that's
20.
with flanking. That's a hit. Zara caves his head in with her hammer, and he goes down.
And that's my turn.
Cha. Dum. Preacher.
Question: does the ash cloud reach the ground, or can you actually leap down and fight underneath that thing?
It would have to reach the ground, or the acolyte down there wouldn't be affected by it.
Okay.
It's 24 feet every way. Yeah, so it goes 20 foot up into the air. You.
Right. In that case, I will chug a elixir of life. Question, Eodi, is that a lesser version?
It is the second one. Hold on.
Should be a 3d6 in that case.
Yeah, it's a lesser.
3d6. Go for it, sir.
Yeah.
Plus
+6.
Plus 6. So I get back 14.
Yep. Feeling a bit better.
Just a little bit. And, well, the rocks worked, so I keep chugging, I guess.
Keep on chugging, 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 chugging.
First one.
That's a hit, sir. That's going to be 3d6 plus 2. 15. You now have 2 rocks left. And yeah, that second one is not going to hit. Showing some of the old giant reflexes, probably more from muscle memory than anything else. It kind of just smacks that rock out of you. And that's going to be with a minus. That's your third attack.
Yep.
Yeah, smacks that one away as well. You now have 1 rock left.
All right, that's all the attacks I couldn't do for this turn.
Gotcha. Mudor.
All right. Gonna move to here. That's 2 movements.
Gotcha. Nyom.
Swing on the acolyte.
Ooh. Not a bad call. this is just insane. Well, let's get the ones this session up, and Mador just swings on the acolyte, but instead runs his glaive straight through the head of the illusion of Zara after he stumbles on the ice, and the blade of the glaive is kind of in the door, shivering about this far from Estrella's eyes. So, man, you guys are having some. You're having some rolls today. It is Marisol's turn.
Yeah, so. I can't see the Hulk from where I'm standing, right?
You can see the Hulk because it's towering over these buildings.
Well, then I'm gonna reload, aim, swear to kill it, and shoot.
Ooh. I'ma kill you, fool! Probably not how she swears to kill it, but that's what it sounds like in my head. That's a critical.
Just for fun of it. That's also a critical.
That would also be a critical, yes.
Stop hugging the crit.
Oof.
Holy smoke.
Yeah, she shoots it straight into the ear, probably hitting Brain in there, but Brain's so big that the thing still doesn't go down, although it's seeming a little bit wobbly on its left side.
Oh, and 2 fire damage.
Yeah, it is also on fire.
And 5 persistent.
Okay. This thing is now looking pretty damn shaky. Magnus, that's going to be another DC 20 Fortitude with a -4 to that roll.
Did
Get rid
Marisol
of
shoot
seconds.
twice or just once?
She shot once.
I'm shooting only once because I'm aiming.
Yep, not with the thumb.
Nope, he still wants to puke.
Yep, there'll be time for that.
You can feel his stomach cramping up, but yeah, it's Magnus's turn. I'm assuming he's smacking the Hulk. Wow.
Trying to. Not with that one.
That's a miss.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to try this one again.
Disrupt undead. There we are. Okay, roll your damage, sir. So Magnus kind of swallows the bile in his throat, prays to Carissa, and blows the head straight off the Hulk with positive energy, and it finally goes down, falls down, crushing the building and the acolyte that was standing at its feet.
Thanks for the save, Preacher. Ugh, horrible thing.
Oof, indeed.
And Magnus is... he'll have to retch on his next turn.
Right. And that takes us to Adamir.
Okay. How tall is, or how far down is the building with the bed in it?
That would be a jumping from the wall over onto that building. That would be about 5 feet down.
gonna have roar and acrobatics over to there.
Go for it. Oh yeah, yeah. Roran easily jumps over onto that building.
And I'm gonna move there and do the same.
Right. Give us your acrobatics roll then.
And this will be with a +10, not the +2.
Gotcha. Yeah, easily jump.
Then it's how far down to the ground?
What would it be? 20 foot, 25 foot tall at the top, because it's got a steeple roof, and about 10 feet tall at the edges.
Then I'll have roaring go down, jump from the lower part.
Right. Easy jump for Roran. And he's now up on that zombie.
And that'll be it for me.
Right. Herko moves up, takes up a position in front of Yodi, turns around, looks at Yodi, and like, "Are you well, master?"
It is a good day today, Herco.
"There's a day of slaughtering enemies. What could not be good about it?" And that takes us to Estrella.
Yeah, I want to use an underhanded assault, trying to get behind the acolyte and flank it with Zara. I already put in all the modifiers for the stealth roll.
Go for it. That's against his passive perception. So let's have a look and see what that looks like. That's a success.
Yes, perfect. So I get an attack at the end of this action, so I can attack twice.
Yep.
Come on, there is my rapier. Attack number 1. With flanking, that's a 19 and flat-footed.
That's a hit.
Sweet. I have too many weapons in here by now. So this is the normal attack. This is my sneak damage, and I have twist the knife, so it gets 2 persistent bleed damage.
Yeah, it doesn't really bleed.
Yeah,
but,
just wanted to say it.
but it's not going to be a point, because Estrella kind of just gets her rapier in between the vertebrae and the neck and kind of just pops its head off, and it is dead.
Well, great. Since I know that they like to sicken us, I'm just going to take another. No, I will just guess I'll stay here. That's okay.
Gotcha. That takes us to the plague zombie. It is going to be punching at Zara. That's a miss. And that's a miss. Not that it would have mattered. Oh, yeah, because keep forgetting the blur dice. Both were successes, but still. First turn, it uses to get up. So if Zara has attack of opportunity, which I believe she does, she gets to smack it. That's a critical.
Do I get it too?
Yeah, that you do. That's a hit.
I also disrupt the triggering action, so it no longer stands.
True. It's killed, but I'm going to need a DC 20 fortitude save from Zara and Roran.
No.
Wow. Wow. You guys are you're just having a day, aren't you? Okay, that thing is dead. Blah. Falls down as Mador buries the glaive in its cranium. And we are out of combat action time currently.
Strellis looking to Zara and Mador and says, "Please give me any mission, but not open combat." She seems pretty defeated about failing her sneak attacks every time.
Preacher rushes over to the wall and checks outside how it's going with our friends.
There is a massive melee outside currently. The orcs are fighting the undead. The undead are showing some very clever tactics. They kind of checkerboarding their squares, falling back so that the orcs charge in after them and are then flanked by on both sides by zombies. Although the orcs are much better fighters, doesn't look like they're actually going to win this alone. Up until the knights come thundering in, and going through the zombie formations. They're just sidling through them, killing dozens of zombies with every time the arrow formation of the knights passes through them. Staying away from the orcs because they don't know they don't know their intentions yet. But the orcs and the knights are going to win that fight. But against this amount of zombies and casters in the middle of those squares racing zombies all of the time, even though they've been struck down, it's gonna be a prolonged melee. Probably gonna be it's hard to say how long it's gonna be, but it's not gonna be a quick and simple victory. Although you do see that the men at arms have actually moved down and are attacking the leftmost flank of the zombie formation, and the scouts under Estrella, having been left to their own devices, are just skirmishing around outside of the melee itself, shooting at spellcasters whenever they can. You do see one dwarf with a long, thin sword, obviously magical, and a master at keeping its shield up between it and the enemies constantly, killing a lot of orcs in the front lines there. And seems like around her, zombies just race up in about a 30-foot circle around her. On that note, we've been going without any sort of breaks. We'll take 8 minutes now for bio, coffee, and that sort of thing.
Excellent.
well.
I was about to pick you up and jump over the side of the wall.
There you
There
go.
we are. We are back, everybody. Sorry, IRL stuff kept us from being back on time. But we are now back, although EOD is on camera. Right, y'all have defeated the undead in the courtyard.
Oddly specific. The courtyard. Hmm.
Yeah.
Of course.
Do you know what that means?
Didn't the lady tell us about a secret path?
Yep, through the fireplace.
Maybe we should check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Who's
Just
gonna go in first?
not me. I need to patch up my wounds first.
Same.
Over here, Estrella. Zara, you as well.
She is hesitating for a moment, but looking at the only 2 vials of potions she has, she walks over to him.
Okay, and I need to remember what how much you get back for that. 2d8 hit points.
Remember, you are using the expert kit.
Nah, that would the
The good one.
Right? So that's 2d8. It's just that anybody who gets healed by him, just take that so we don't slow the game down too much.
Then go get 10 back.
Thank you.
All right. I'll queue up for patching up.
Yeah, that's going to be 10 back to you as well. We don't roll for each one. Just do it. 2d8 plus 10, so 20 back for each.
Nice.
Was that long enough for the enfeebled to fall off of me?
Yep, that's just a 1 minute duration.
Okay, Magnus still needs to retch to get rid of the.
You'd easily, out of 10 saves, you would easily go over 21. So I've just removed it.
Okay.
You can only be medicined by once, by the way. You can't all just go. You can only stitch a wound once.
I did to myself.
All right. Gotcha. In that case, that's going to be 18 back to my door. Okay. What are you guys planning on doing?
Is there a window along this face?
There are windows, but they've all been tarred from the inside. So it's impossible to see through them.
Is there a second floor?
Not in this hall. This is there's a cellar, but not a second floor.
Well, they know we're out here.
And they should at least.
Zara is going to check the door for locks and traps.
Give us a roll, sir.
Perception?
Deception. Doesn't seem to be locked or trapped.
I'm gonna stand to the side of the door and open it.
I'm
Right.
gonna heft my.
Where is everybody else? Place yourselves where you want to be before that door gets opened.
I am still on the roof.
Gotcha.
I'll be standing there with my rifle ready to shoot if something shows up once we open it.
Can't stand inside preachers, so you'd have to be there.
And I'll brace for attack in case it comes.
Okay. Has everybody moved where they want to be?
Yep.
Okay, so you open the door. They are definitely waiting for you. You see the Father Rashan, or what's left of him, even though he's been flayed. You can recognize just the pieces of the black ebon suit he used to wear. And he's standing just far enough in that none of the light coming through the door hits him directly. And he is gonna stare at Marisol. So I'm gonna need a DC 26 Fortitude. Huh, what do you know?
I was also ready to shoot, so I'm gonna shoot right back at him.
He still has one more action on his turn, though, because he was very much ready for you guys opening that door. Even though Marisol has a success, she can feel strength kind of leaving her body from, even with a save, she is drained 1. What else is this bro gonna do, though? It is, it can actually, who else can it see from where it is? It can see Zara, so I'm gonna need a DC 23 save from Fortitude from Zara. Ooh. Oh dear. Zara is also drained 1. You can see kind of necromantic energy starting to swirl around Father Rashan as he stares evilly at you, causing all sorts of damage. That takes us to Edamir.
Then I will disrupt undead on the guy on the left that I can see through the doorway.
Gotcha.
So basic fortitude.
Okay, roll your damage, sir. Yeah, you shave off a fair amount of flesh from the white, but I mean, it's a white. They're generally pretty durable.
That'll be it for me.
Estrella.
Yeah, all right. Estrella, let me just check for a second. Yeah. Estrella is moving 1 step here, and since she does not want to risk anything and she has 2 of those, she wants to chuck in one of our holy bombs between the 2 undead in the doorway.
Okay.
Oh, no, she tries to hit the one in front of Marisol. I think that's the better angle. So at least one should get the full and the other gets the splash damage if I hit.
And what kind of bomb is this?
That is the special one that we have created with the positive damage.
Right.
Filled with the holy water. So she tries to aim it at this one. So even if she doesn't hit it directly, it still will explode.
That's gonna be a direct hit.
Perfect. Sweet! Full damage.
Oh, damn.
And 2 splash damage to the one next to it.
And what kind of damage is this?
That's all positive damage.
Positive damage. So Marisol regains 2 hit points.
Nice.
Shiny. These things were waiting for you just as much as you were waiting for them. So we're just going to go in initiative order because everybody was pretty much readied up. It is going to, the white's going to try the longsword Marisol. And that is a miss. And that is another miss. And that is a third miss. Son of a biscuit. Okay, no hits. Marisol dodges all of the attacks. Which takes us to Iodi.
Yes. Well, I've got the Wand of Manifold Missiles out, so I'm going to point it towards the white on the left, and I'll do a 3-action magic missile on that man. Pew pew.
The left or the right white?
The one on the left.
One on the left. Gotcha. Pew pew pew. That's going to be 12 damage. So 3 of those missiles tear into it, tearing off some of the undead flesh. And it is Zara's turn.
I'm going to do an esoteric lore on what Father Rashan has become.
Go for it. Father Rashan has been turned into a Bodak. Yeah. Well, what can happen to somebody if they're exposed to an extreme expression of supernatural evil? The experience can irrevocably damn the victim, crushing their mind, ripping out their soul, and an appalling, unholy transformation that turns them into a Bodak. Those that survive with this absolute corruption become a very hateful, murderous creature. And especially their eyes can express that that evil. So pretty much just being looked at by a Bodak for long enough can kill you. It's got the regular undead immunities: death effects, disease, paralyzed, poison, unconscious. It's weak to good. And thing if the Bodak is exposed to direct sunlight, the creature will get weaker and weaker until it's destroyed. Anybody, however, killed by one will rise as a Bodak after 24 hours. So you're probably lucky that he's been. You can assume he's been turned fairly recently and hasn't managed to fill this monastery with creatures like himself.
Okie dokie, Zara's going to pull another wand off of her belt, point it at Father Oshak, and shoot an acid arrow at him.
Gotcha. That is a miss. With speed you can't really believe, manages to dodge it. Is that all for Zara's turn?
And that's all for Zara's turn.
In that case, the other Cairn White's also going to go on Marisol. That is 1 hit. And 2 misses, it looks like. Yep. But it does slash her for 11 damage. You can see some of its wounds heal as it smacks her with the unholy weapon. Shade is going to move down here. And I am going to need a... Well, first it needs to hit. I'm gonna need a DC 19 fortitude save from Marisol. Oof. Uncool.
Why do I have a -1?
Because you're drained.
Right.
And now you're also enfeebled too. That's hits you with a ray that makes you feel much weaker. There we are. That takes us to Preacher.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to step around back of Marisol and then through the entire line. So tumble through the enemy space past Marisol.
Go for it.
And I'll describe what I do after that if I succeed. That's a
Well,
15. So
you do manage to tumble through.
Thank the Lord for undead being very, very slow. So calculating 5, 10, 20. Still gonna have 20 more. So I think I can make Bodak actually.
You can. You get up to Father Rashan.
So yeah, flare of blows, 2 smacks.
Go for it.
Hell, I'm actually gonna go for it. So I'm even gonna go for a key strike on this one. So yeah,
Go for it, sir.
plus to hit and extra dice damage.
Ooh. 1 hit, 1 miss.
That's not a critical. Oh my god, this man.
Yeah, the 25 was a miss.
And an extra d6.
What kind of energy is the d6?
Positive.
Oh. Yeah, well, in that case, that's quite the smack. He stumbles back as you hit him with that positive energy, obviously not liking it one bit.
Mm-hmm.
And Mador.
All right. I'm stepping 1 square, 5 feet in front, and I'll swing at the Karen White on the right hand side.
Gotcha. That is a critical. Ooh, yeah, it definitely feels that smack. You get it straight in the face with the glaive, taking off half its jaw.
Swing 2.
That's a hit. Yeah, it's taking fair damage from Mador, smacking it and smacking it. That crit, by the way, you can move it. I believe it's 5 feet in any
5 feet
direction you
back.
want to. There we go. Okay, yeah, pushing it back by smacking it in the face. Whammo. Good work. That takes us to Marzal.
Yeah, so really annoyed at that Father Rashad thing. I will aim carefully, pray that I hit him, and shoot with my iris of the sky.
Go for it. And that's a hit.
I'm gonna try once more, see if I get a crit.
Go for it.
I do not.
You do not. Still, you do manage to hit him. That's 13, and then he's going to be on fire as well.
Or 6, persistent.
Oh, wow. That's actually, yeah. That's pretty much as good as you could have hoped for.
And then I am gonna put my iris of the sky, but just slide it up my sleeve, and suddenly have my whip and pistol out.
Ooh. Right, and that's your turn.
That's my turn.
The acolyte here is going to take a 5-foot step back, and I'm going to need a DC 19 Fortitude from Preacher.
Gotcha.
It shoots off a ray of enfeeblement at him. Well, Preacher doesn't care about these things when he gets a success, so yeah. He just shrugs it off easily. And then that's what that thing does. Brings us to Magnus.
Okay. Since Marisol's in the doorway, Magnus will cast Disrupt Undead on the white just past her.
Go for it. And roll your damage, sir.
Yep, sorry, close.
3d6. Yeah. That's a significant amount of damage to that thing. It definitely doesn't like being hit with that sort of spell. That's his turn.
One thing remaining. He's going to move. No, he's just going to stay there and let the ready himself.
Right. I'm gonna need to see a Father Ashan is staring at Preacher. I'm gonna need a DC 26 Fortitude from him.
Nope.
Oh. That means Preacher is now drained and doomed.
And that means
Doomed 1. There we are.
Doomed increases the amount of wounds you have if you get dropped to 0.
ooh.
And then I'm gonna need it's gonna use its other ability on him as well. So I will need a DC 23 Fortitude from him. He is now drained 2, and Father Ashan has healed a lot of the damage you managed to cause on him. There we are. That takes us to Edamir.
All right. What's the right wearing that I can see? Like armor wise.
The white seems to have a breastplate type with some chainmail on the thighs and arms.
No, I'm just gonna heap metal on its sword. Try to get him to drop it.
Okay. Is there a save on heat metal? I don't believe there is.
You could choose to release the item to improve their degree of success by 1. It is a reflex save.
Reflex. That is a success. It's gonna hold on to the sword. Whites don't care about pain.
Takes half damage.
Oh wow, that's a hefty amount of damage still. Yeah, it's holding on to the sword, but you can see curls of smoke coming from its fingers.
And that'll be my turn.
Gotcha. Herko looks back at Yodi like, save your friend.
You know what you must do, Herko, and he's just waving.
Yeah, he uses 2 actions to sprint up there, and then he's gonna smack that left hand white. Gotta get it away from Marzal. That is a critical. And you now see why the axe he's wielding is often known as an orc neck splitter, as he just takes the head straight off of that white. And this time he notices that Sara has noticed that and gives her a toothy smile and kind of flexes a bit before turning his full attention to the other white. Estrella.
Yes. So she can hardly get in, I think. Let me see. She should be able to maybe tumble behind this enemy. So, although she will be like in the middle of all of them, once again, she is trying to do exactly that. Can't go wrong, right? So, acrobatics.
Oh,
But this
no,
looks pretty good. All right.
no issue whatsoever. It just comes straight through, slides between its legs, gets up with the rapier ready to stab.
Let's see how that goes. Beautifully.
That's a critical.
A critical at that. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So, that was shift, right?
Yep.
And the 2d6. There we go. And I probably think he won't bleed, but twisting the knife. So if he does,
He won't, but it won't matter. A lot of people think rapiers can't be used to slash. Estrella disproves that notion when she slides between the legs of that white, comes up with a beautiful rapier slash and takes its head straight off.
cool. So that was one tumble through, one attack, and I don't want to stand in the middle, so I'm going to move back to the wall to get in cover behind the orc.
Yodi.
Okay. My free manifold damage is gonna hit the guy, the only guy I can see through the door.
Yep.
Pew.
Pew. Just like a little trail as Yodi's magic missile kind of sneaks through between all of the friendlies. And you can see like the dust motes and the sunlight coming in from the door, disturbed by the magic missile, leaving a little trail as it smacks straight into that acolyte.
I will move to there. And then I would like to use 2 actions to do a magic missile towards the Bodak as he rubs his hands together and shoots out of his hand instead of the wand.
Yes, sir. Yeah, smacks it, but good.
And that's my turn.
Zara.
I am going to move up here.
Yep. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy ish. That's gonna be. Let's move her a full. So she's in a full square.
I'm in a half square. Everyone in that room is in a half square.
Yeah.
It's just so hard to see because they have it lined up weird on the decorations.
Obviously. Well, in that case, we know where you are. So go for it.
I am going to swing at yonder Bodak.
Yonder Bodak. That's a hit.
It also triggers his weakness to good.
Yeah, Zara takes a good chunk out of his shoulder there. He is he's not doesn't seem to be enjoying himself very much. That's a real miss on the second swing, and Zara crushes the door behind her and sees standing in the hallway 2 ghosts.
And that'll be my turn.
Yep, they look like dressed in the same things as Ingrid was. Probably servants that have been killed and turned into ghosts. Right, this bro, he has been hit by Yodi. He didn't like it very much. He can't really do much about it. He's gonna go up and try to rescue his lord by smacking Preacher. That is a miss, and he's gonna try to trip Preacher with his sights. And that is probably really okay. obviously doesn't have any real training or athletic ability whatsoever, as it kind of just tries to hook Preacher's side into Preacher's legs and hooks it on the table next to him instead. Preacher.
Yeah, I am not liking this guy at all, so I'm charging up another key strike on him. So positive energy to all limbs, and then trying another flurry of blows. It's gonna be a kick.
Okay. A key kick.
Exactly.
A kick, if you will.
First one.
Sorry. First one's a hit. Yeah, that positive energy is really hurting him.
Yep. That's another d6. So, and a final fist strike.
Yeah, you're slowly but surely you seem to be kind of just wearing him down. It is Mador's turn.
All right. You said this curtain's drawn in here.
Not curtains, no. The all of the insides of the windows have been painted with tar.
Okay. All right, then I'll move up to where I'm 10 feet from the acolyte attacking Preacher
Gotcha.
and swing away.
Yep, you have 2 attacks. That's a hit. I don't know why, but you seem to have yourself targeted, so we're gonna have to undo that because you just did 18 damage to yourself. But that's 18 damage to the acolyte.
It's flanked, right?
That's an 18. Let me check. I think that's a hit.
Hey,
Targets,
Bonte, at the very top of your map, there's a target bullseye with a line through it.
Yep.
Should say clear target.
I've done it for him. So that's another 12 damage to the acolyte. It's reeling after those two. No, it's not reeling. Mador just straight up takes it down. 2 smacks to the back with the glaive, and he severs the spine. And the thing drops. The unholy energies keeping it going. Not strong enough to keep it animated with that sort of damage. Marisol, my lovely wife and pretend elephant.
Yep, doing my best to keep you entertained there. She looks at what was used to be a target-rich environment and is no longer, so she'll almost magically just have her rifle appear in her hands again and reloads it.
Right?
Then she will aim and shoot at the former father.
Gotcha. Let's see. I forgot that he was burning as well. He's on fire on top of. Oh my lord!
So am I.
Roll
Speaking of on
a
fire,
roll a d20 on a less than 10. You hit Zara. On more than 10, you hit Preacher. That's a shot goes straight into Zara.
Sorry. And I am also on fire for a persistent 5 fire damage.
Lovely.
So I'm gonna use my last action to try and put that out.
Yep,
I
you do.
actually did! For once! The first
Panic.
time ever!
Oh. That takes the number ones this session up to 10. So
Nope.
that's
No,
No, it doesn't.
9. Okay, 9. My bad. I thought we'd been at 9 for a while.
Nope.
The other one here is going to actually move up to Father Roshan and throw a harm at him. You can see some of his wounds growing. And that takes us to Magnus.
Okay. Magnus is going to do 2 moves. One past Marisol. And then the second level with Preacher. And then it's Warhammer time on the father.
Ooh. Magnus sadly went for 30k instead of 40k, less popular Warhammer, and misses. And that takes us to Roshan, who is going to keep staring at Preacher. That's another DC 26 fortitude, sir.
Gotcha. No.
Oof. Yeah, it's not good to be Preacher currently. And another DC 23 fortitude, please. He ignores the second part of that stare, but he's now drained 3 and doomed 2. Edamir.
What sort of a check would it be for me to hop down the Roaring and ride him?
DC 10 acrobatics off the roof onto a mount.
Okay. This will be with the +10, not the +2.
Gotcha. Easy. Edamir lands
then
without any trouble.
we will go in
Up there.
there.
Okay. Edaman or Roramir,
And,
like that.
I will touch the Baduk, whatever he is, and attune him to the positive plane. You positive attunement. You attune a creature to the positive energy plane, connecting its life force without fully transporting it. The creature's appearance becomes more brightly colored. If the creature is undead or has negative healing, it will instead take 1d8 positive damage, depending on the result of its will save. So it's a basic will.
Gotcha. That is a crit fail.
Critical fail. The damage is doubled. He takes it twice this turn, and it's a minute at the end of each of my turn. He takes it.
Right, so that's 48 positive to him there.
It's technically twice. It's when I cast it, and then at the end of my turn. So if he has weaknesses, the weaknesses hit each time.
Okay, good. So 48 plus a fair amount then. Go for it. Roll me some 48s, sir.
It's 1d8.
Wasn't it doubled?
2d8, 2d8, and then 2d8. Yeah.
Yep. Here we are. Wow. Yeah, that's gonna be. Damn. Yeah, he actually screams as Edamir attunes him to the positive plane, and seems like he takes a heck of a lot of damage. Now, actually, unsteady on his feet. Heftel roars, clears the table in a mighty jump, and is going to swing on this acolyte for a critical. Again, showing why it's called a neck splitter, as he takes the head straight off of it. Nice. That takes us to Estrella.
Yeah, and Estrella is moving into the now open space behind the former father.
Yep.
And now that she's flanking with Magnus, she is attacking, of course.
Stab.
Yes. With a flanking, that's a 21.
That's a miss.
Yeah, I still have a second attack, so let's see if that goes better.
Give us a 20. Nope. He's very difficult to actually injure.
It is a 20, but only with flanking.
Estrella hits him twice with the rapier, but he doesn't actually take any damage from it. Iori.
Yeah. Yodi keeps his hands and the wand extended, and I'm just gonna go ahead and add a 3 cast magic missile to the free one that I get straight onto the bow deck.
44 plus 4. Yodi's just going for emotional damage. 8, 10, 15. The Bodak is now reeling, taking massive amounts of damage from all sorts of places. So it's Zara's turn.
I would like to whammo.
That's it. Zara caves its head in, destroying both eyes. And, you hear a tortured scream as the soul leaves Father Roshan's body. But then you see him as he's about to be pulled down into the darkness. Something intervenes and he's pulled upwards into light instead.
Rest in peace.
The gods are with him.
Go home to Geb.
The two ghosts are standing there looking at you, looking at each other. They seem nice. They seem capable. We are not your enemies. That bitch bound us here, told us to scout for her.
Can
Who?
we help you with anything?
Sorry, you spoke in each other's mouth there. I didn't catch anything of that.
You go first.
Can we help you with anything?
Our bodies need to be taken from the desecrated spot in the northwest tower and buried. We'll be able to rest.
Wait, Northwest Towers, you said to scout for her. Who exactly is commanding you right now?
That dwarven bitch that killed us. She wants us to find some boyfriend of hers.
We are definitely gonna take your bodies from there as soon as we have cleared this place out.
She's rude and she's not a people person, but she has power over us. But I think she's new to it because she didn't give us very detailed instructions except go scout. So we can say pretty much whatever we want. Oh.
Are the other people in that tower where your bodies are unaffected?
No. The other one, the northwest tower.
Oh, yeah.
The other ones are in the northeast tower.
Well, I say we go check out the northeast tower then, unless
Well-
there's anything more in here.
First,
Well-
you need to hurry. The big one, the worst one, the one that woke Callus here, but then lost control of her.
Cal is here?
Yes, the dwarven bitch. Callus here, the deathless.
Was that not your
Yes.
friend?
But wasn't
How
Cal a
was
human?
Well, she says she's a dwarf. I don't know. If you meet her, you can say that she's got elf for brains.
Fair enough.
Can you lead us to her?
She's outside leading the Undead Legion right now. But you need to go defend that thing that Father Roshan had in the basement. Come on, we'll show you how to open the door.
That's the way. Let's go.
I'm gonna follow them.
Yeah.
And hoping to no longer look weak in a moment or two.
They lead you up into the back of the common room. That rock there. If you press on that, it'll open and you can go through.
Oh,
You
I'm
will-
standing back.
It's huge down there.
What's waiting for us down there?
I don't know much, but I saw that. I saw that purple giant thing. Oh, it reeks of evil and power. That's in a different room.
Oh, my bad.
She's powerful and evil like you wouldn't believe. I know she took Father Tremaine and turned him into some sort of vampire, I think. He's down there guarding her, along with whatever else she's managed to summon or raise or use her unholy powers to get.
Well, uh,
How can we trust these ghosts? I mean, they're being
They-
commanded by whatever's.
yeah, but they hate them even more than they seem to hate us, and they seem to be badly connected.
And you know the roof says gullible, right? Do you
Well,
believe everything that people tell you?
pretty much. Why?
Gotcha. I'll just stand back over here.
All right. So if anybody has any other scenes they want to play out
Yes.
before you go downstairs, now is the time. And after that, we will be going to the debrief.
Yes, indeed. And that scene is during Magnus's treatment of Estrella. As she was wounded while she was prone, of course, she was also hit in the upper body and on her arms. So when he's trying to clear a wound on her left shoulder, she is quickly putting a hand over the sleeve, pulling it down a bit, but Magnus still catches a glimpse of a tattoo that he may recognize from a fight he has been in earlier. It is a mark of certain soldiers on her shoulder.
Magnus looks her in the eye as he treats the wound. When you're ready, we're going to talk about this, but not now.
She's looking back at him dead in the eye, not blinking at all, not answering as well, but her eyes say, "Dare me."
Shiny. Anybody else? I take not. In that case, we are going to find somebody to raid and go to our post-session debrief, as we're half an hour over time currently. It's been Easter, so the session from last Sunday has not been uploaded. It'll be uploaded tomorrow together with this session on the YouTube for anybody who wants to see that. Other than that, thank you everybody for joining. Stay safe, stay healthy, and be well, and we will see you all next Sunday.
Bye.
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 Bye.